Hello everyone! Welcome to another card video! I'm using some products from MFT today and I'm playing along in their sketch challenge. So this is the sketch and I'm going to start out with my background, and I'm white heat embossing the Crosshatch background by MFT with some Hero Arts Unicorn White ink, and I'm using Simon Says Stamp white detail white embossing powder, and we're going to do some emboss resist background. So something I learned today is don't heat up your craft mat like this. It does not like it. It went back to normal, but it did warp a little bit, and so just beware. So I've got some Distress ink in Salty Ocean and Mowed Lawn, and wait for it, I'm gonna mess up right here. Boom! I'm putting green in the sky. I mean, come on. So I tried to fix that by just covering it up with some Salty Ocean, and it kind of worked. So whatever. And I'm just kind of making it not perfect. Perfectly imperfect, I guess. You know? And then I'm going to switch to some Mowed Lawn to do the grass after I wipe off some excess ink. Now I get to do the grass. I was a little excited to do the grass before. And there's my background. So we're using the Mama Elephant Femme frames, the smallest, the stitched rectangle, to cut out my front panel. And what I did was I cut a piece of, it's actually Tailored Expressions Earl Grey paper, slightly smaller than the card front, and then I used that MFT stitched edge die to trim it out like the sketch. Now I'm using this MFT stitched window die, sentiment window die, to make my sentiment window. So I'm stamping my images in Versafine Onyx Black, and I'm going to heat emboss them in clear with I think it's Stampin' Up! Clear embossing powder, because I'm going to use my brand new Zig Clean Color Real Brush pens, markers, paint brushes, I don't know. But this, whenever you watercolor, helps me because I can make those little wells that sort of contain the water for me, yet I still somehow get outside the lines. Oh, I learned my lesson. So I'm just taking a few colors. I'm doing one color for each item. So the tree is dark brown, the leaves are light green, the koala is green-gray with a little bit of pink, light pink for the ears and the tummy, and the nose is black. Not anything super intense here, because this is literally like the second time I've ever picked up these pens, and I'm still really learning how to use them. And this water brush sometimes likes to leak out too much water, so I need to get used to it. So I'm just trying to start in the areas where I think are going to be dark and then pull the color to the lighter areas. If anyone has any tips or tricks for these, please let me know. I watch videos I watch other people do this. I'm trying. I think they're awesome, and to get that watercolor effect, it's great, and you get a gradient look to your colors and your shading with just one pen. You know, with Copics, you have to use 3 or 4 pens, you know, and so I'd really like to learn how to use these. Not that I'm giving up my Copics, but you know, I must have all the things. So I thought like I would go back in later to add in some darker colors, and I learned that you definitely have to wait until the first coat dried. It has to be completely dry before you try to go back and add anything. Learn that today. It's funny, I bought all 80 markers, and yet I couldn't wait to use the gray ones. They have such pretty colors, but I just tend to be a neutral girl. I love the neutrals. Give me my grays and my browns. I did get a green sweatshirt for Christmas, and it's like the brightest thing, and I wear it all the time, and it's a bright green Under Armour sweatshirt, and I love it. But it is probably one of the only colors that I have in my closet besides neutrals. So I'm just adding a little bit of pink to his ears and his tummy, and here's where I went back to try to add some contrast, and I stopped because I was messing it up. So I'm adhering these two, I guess, underneath my front panel to go along with the sketch. So I'm just using some Tombow tape runner adhesive. Then I'm going to take some Scotch 3M foam tape to pop up this front panel. Oh, I got to do the sentiment first. So I've cut this window out of my panel, and then so the sentiment's going to be beneath, on the layer beneath that, and so I'm just lining everything up. I'm also going to stamp this in Hero Arts Unicorn White after I triple check. Make sure it's straight. And I'm going to white heat emboss it in Simon Says Stamp Detail White again. I feel like that magic powder bag doesn't work. Maybe I should try the EK Success powder tool, because I always get squirrely stuff. Be very careful when you heat emboss when you have a layer of adhesive, because the heat will melt your adhesive and then your card won't stick together. Learned that the hard way too. So I'm just popping up this panel with the Scotch 3M foam tape and then aligning it so you can see the sentiment through the window. I'm going to pop up my images with foam tape as well. And put a little multimedia mat on this koala that's hanging on the tree. And then I added some Nuvo crystal drops in Oyster Gray. And that's it. That's my card for today. My niece had a birthday party at Build-A-Bear Workshop this week, and I wanted Dexter to pose with his little T-Rex Build-A-Bear, but he was not having it. So I was sad, and my husband took the T-Rex and posed for the picture instead of Dexter. It wasn't quite the same, but still funny. You guys have a great day.